This is going to be a video on the Moog XL and my opinion on why you pay extra money for this particular instrument. And that's the add-on over here of the expander out and the voltage processor. Some synthesizers are hobby synthesizers, and I would consider them more like toy synthesizers for people that like to mess around with sample and hold circuits and ambient type music and just doing all that weird sort of stuff. And that's what I think the Moog XL strength is as a sample and hold synthesizer, as opposed to some sort of lounge lizard patch synthesizer. It's got both aspects because it has a lot of patch memory with a lot of patches that some people programmed. Good programmers, and that's what some people are looking for, but that's all in the Voyager. All the options involved with this thing is its ability to output with a quarter-inch patch cords, and if you have the adapters interface with a Eurorack, or use the voltage processor here to make a lot of weird sample and hold patches and play off the different patches in the synthesizer. And this is just going to be some sort of an attempt to explain what it is. This section of a Moog XL. These are all outputs. Starts with a touchpad, and you can put all kinds of things from the Voyager touchpad into different aspects of the synthesizer. That's an output section. This is an output section. This is an output section. I think it has a filter envelope and a volume envelope output, wheels and stuff. Just sort of general output stuff here. Multis to where you can split signals. Here are a lot of inputs that's hooked up right now to do the gate and the pitch off of mono station sequencing it. Cutoff, volume, pan. Yeah, you can do the release. You can modulate the release and the rate. And this mod section can be digitally addressed inside the mod matrix, digital mod matrix in the patch section. Down here is a bunch of voltage processors. Like it has an expanded. The regular Moog voltage processor that they sell separately doesn't have as thorough an LFO as this one does. This has an expanded LFO with all kinds of options of clocking and stuff, and sample and hold output. So effectively you have two sample and hold outputs which you could run through the modulator. Into the lag processor you could run one, and another you could modulate straight. And this is a 4-input mixer which has positive and negative output and offsets, which means it's bipolar mixer, where you can send signals that make the pitch go up and signals that make the pitch go down if you route it into the pitch. And the attenuators do the same thing. They're bipolar attenuators, to where whatever signal you route into them can come out either positive or negative, which in the case of the pitch is a rise in pitch or a fall in pitch. In the case of the filter, it's a open filter and closed filter, those type of things. That's the filter. That's the the analog signal processor section. This is the LFO section, and the lag processor, which modifies whatever waveform you put into it to modulate one of the parameters. So that's the general idea of a Moog XL, is having this really cool output and voltage processor on board instead of the separate units that you would buy separately. And it has 61 keys, and that's about it. They really don't set the patches up for 61 keys, but they're all like, 37 key Voyager patches. But that's just the nature of it. You're messing around with this section, and that's what you pay the extra money for if you're interested. I think it's a really cool setup because none of the new Moog synths have this section.